We're at Warwick High School in Newport News. Greg Piccaveris along with Nate Milton. We're at Warwick, but we got middle school boys volleyball championships.
All about the championship, the Dragons and the Seahawks. Which team can bring it home? These young men are going to be out here, and it's going to be exciting.
It's a best of three, but it's important to get that first set.
Right. You know, you want to dictate the pace. You don't want to fall behind and have to make up ground. So we're going to see which team can come out here, dictate the tempo. I think it's going to be an exciting matchup to see who can bring it home.
Should be a lot of fun. Keep it right here. Let's go to the court.
The Telecommunications Center is an award-winning television production facility for high school students in the Newport News Public Schools. Students can learn studio, remote production, audio operation, editing, directing, and much more. Students can also earn college credit through dual enrollment. The center has graduates working for MTV, ESPN, CNN, Entertainment Tonight, and Tyler Perry Studios. If you want to jumpstart your career in broadcasting, contact your guidance counselor or call 591-4687.
All right, welcome back to Warwick High School. And, of course, we've got Gildersleeve and Dozier. This is the boys' action for the middle school all-city championships. Nate, first of all, what are the keys for Dozier?
The keys for the Dozier Dragons, Greg, are they need to come out and they need to be aggressive. They need to live up to that name of a dragon. They need to be aggressive. They need to play fast. They need to push the tempo. If you're the Seahawks, however, for Gildersleeve, you know, you've been here before. You know, you've had success against this Dragons team. You want to come out here and play your game. Don't get lured into a track meet with these guys.
6 players per side. Dozier in the green, Gildersleeve in the gray, respectively. Gildersleeve coached by David Osmond. And, of course, Dozier coached by Alex Jackson. Alejandro. Spacing, execute, rotate the ball, forward and backward setting, dumping the volleyball when you have to your opponent, over the net to an open spot. That is very important. Catch the opponent off balance.
Exactly. It's about strategy. You know, so many people think it's just about the physical, but it's about that mental aspect too, Greg. It's about strategy and where you want to place that volleyball.
When you get the lead, you got to close the deal. We're underway. Dozier in the green. Nice way to start off the first point. Gildersleeve was 2-0 versus Dozier this year.
And that goes back to that mental advantage we always talk about, Greg. They know they can beat this team. The question is, will Dozier be able to shake the curse, if you will?
1-0. They played at 25, best of 3. Like Nate and I said throughout, you want to get that first set. That means so much. Because when you're struggling in the second one, at least you know you won that first one.
Yeah, it's all about, you know, putting money in the bank, Greg. You know, what do you have in your savings? And if you have that first set under your belt, then it's a lot easier going forward.
Dozier serving in the green. If you can win points off your set, it makes it easier for everybody to catch their breath.
Yeah, and we saw that with the girls. You know, if you get your service game going, that can mean a world of difference because it gives you momentum. It gives you a little bit of stability that you can work with.
Goes to the broadcast booth. 2-0.
I was open for the set, man.
Out there, respectively, for Dozier is number 1, (9, 34, 13, and 10. Number 10 is Mark Jackson. Number 13 is TJ Olson. 34, respectively. For Dozier. Number 9 is green. I like to have their names on the back of the shirt. It's pretty cool. Penn State never did that in football. That's right, number 1. Sapien, number 3. 4-3 is the score. Of course, Olsen, number 13, number 10, Jackson, number 9, respectively, Green, number 3, Sapien serving right now, number 1, as well, right for the Dragons. Gildersleeve in the gray, coached by David Osmond. It's 4-3. We're at Warwick High School at Newport News for the championships. Set 1, best of 3. Nice spike there. Number 99, respectively, is Harrington.
And that's exactly what you want if you're Dozier. If you're Coach Jackson, you want your team to come out and be aggressive, be proactive, and they have been so far.
Number 59 is Turner for Gildersleeve. Number 33 as well is Monk. Number 48 serving is Zazurski. For the Seahawks, respectively. We're at Warwick High School at Newport News. Powell's out there as well, number 58 for Coach Osmond's team. Of course, Gildersleeve is 2-0 versus Dozier this year, which doesn't mean a whole lot right now.
You couldn't tell that by looking at the scoreboard, my friend. Dozier came to play today in this championship game.
And sometimes when you watch the girls' game before, you can see some of the things that, you want to correct midway through before you have a chance. Both teams keeping the ball in the air very well. Love the sportsmanship, the camaraderie. This helps you with business and college later on in life. It's that competition. Right at it, neck and neck right there. Olsen almost had it.
And I think one thing you'll see a little bit of a difference between this game and the girls' game, Greg, you'll see a little bit more net fighting. You'll see a little bit more aerial offense from the guys than you did during the girls' final.
6-all. They play up to 25, win by 2. Greg Bick of Harris, Nate Milton, at Greg Bick on Twitter.
At in the number 8, MOZAIK, at Nate Mosaic.
At Sports Highlight, and your other Twitter handle?
At KOS_POD, at Cospod on Twitter.
7-6. We're going to get the kinks out early on, Nate, like you said, so you can recover as the set goes on. 8-6 is the score. Of course, Dozier coached by Alex Jackson. David Osmond for Gildersleeve. Middle school volleyball championships. Excellent point there. So 8-7. And Gildersleeve will be serving. Officials again, respectively, Frank Sproul, Chris Macbeth.
Just a great event to be a part of here, this middle school championship. And again, the academics, athletics, activities in the Newport News school system being put on display front and center, folks.
Dozier just proactive. You see one player the charisma can carry it on to the other players, and it's contagious.
Yeah, you see the confidence level starting to rise for the Dragons. They haven't beaten this team 0-2 against the Gildersleeve Seahawks, but that doesn't mean anything if they got the momentum, if they stick to their game plan in this game.
9-7 is the score. Dozier serving in the green. Doesn't matter how tall you are either. You got that power behind that arm, you can do it.
Tell you.
10-7 Dozier. You start getting that lead, you start building that confidence up. Middle school volleyball here at Warwick High School, Newport News. 10-7 is the score. They get 11.
It's a booming serve right there by number 10, Greg.
You don't want to be caught off balance.
And Mark Jackson, mama, there goes that man.
Yeah, Mark Jackson, the former Golden State basketball coach, which I thought he wasn't really given a fair share.
Yeah, and Steve Kerr's done a wonderful job with the Warriors, but you can't discredit the foundation that Mark Jackson put down.
Cool. That hits the ceiling. 11-8. Gildersleeve needed that.
Gildersleeve needed that break right there. Good rally, though. Good effort by the Dozier Dragons in the green and gold. And now we'll see if Gildersleeve can take advantage of this opportunity.
Great volleyball action here at Warwick High School in Newport News. Glad you're with us. Our three-man crew. And you use the spike in that back pocket when you need it.
Absolutely. It's kind of like, if you're playing spades and you bring out the big joker, like if you're playing Uno and you got that draw 4 in your back pocket, my friend. Great effort and hustle right now. Great tempo that we're seeing by Dozier. I've been really impressed with how aggressive they've been so far early on.
It just shows you these middle school competitions just as exciting as high school.
Absolutely.
We're at Warwick High School in Newport News. Glad you're with us. Cox Cable 47 517 and then PSTV.com. We're at Warwick High School's court. Their main basketball court, and also they wrestle here too. You don't want to get too lackadaisical. You want to keep that momentum. Like that. (12-8). Gildersleeve.
Good effort right now being shown by the Dragons. Nice serve. That's where Dozier's been getting a lot of their points, Greg, by these effective serves that we're seeing.
And they're 12 points away from winning the set and serving. Dozier in the green. And they're capitalizing on that lead now. But they're only up by 4, which could go either way. Some of these net calls are very close.
Yeah, the margin of error is so slim, so you got to give credit to our officials out here that we got the eye in the sky, if you will, checking out everything going on at the net.
Wet. Unlike in tennis, that counts. Because if it was tennis, they had to serve it over again.
Yep.
Oh, nice save. And good positioning by Dozier, right in the right place. Great footwork by both teams. You can't slack off at all. You got to be active and keep your eye on the ball. One save after another, folks. Point of the match right here.
Wow. Great
Dozier
effort.
gets the point.
Great effort and hustle by both teams. Like you said, Greg, point of the match so far. Just an interesting rally back and forth. And I've been really impressed early on with Dozier.
It's like in basketball, you want to have your hands on the ball, or like a wide receiver in football.
Yep.
Here, everybody wants to touch it.
Everybody wants to touch it, and we're seeing good communication by this team, the Dozier Dragons.
Yeah, no team is an island, that's for sure. (15-9), 10 points away for Dozier. And right now you got to see Gildersleeve pick up the energy a little bit.
Wow, that's not going to help the Gildersleeve Seahawks. This is a big game, though, Greg. If Dozier can find a way to close this out, that gives them a lot more momentum heading into the second game.
Yeah, David Osmond putting his hands on his head for Gildersleeve. Was 2-0 versus Dozier this year. And Dozier's up 16-9. Uh-oh, got to play backwards. That's not easy. Oh, 17-9. And as Yogi would say, it's getting late early.
And Coach Jackson, there you see him, Greg. Coach Jackson of the Dozier Dragons, very pleased with what his team has done so far, the effort that they put out here on the court.
8-point lead. Much needed timeout right there, kind of get a reset.
Yeah, especially, right now for Coach Osmond and the Gildersleeve Seahawks. You don't want to let this thing get out of hand. You know you can beat this team. You've beaten this team twice already this season, so there's no reason you should be letting this thing get away from you in this fashion.
You work up a sweat, you get a good exercise. It's really important for a well-balanced for a student, not just academics, but like you said, athletics, activities, emotionally and physically both.
Yeah, and especially, we're not even talking about high schoolers today, Greg. We're talking about these young middle school kids that are out here.
They're still growing.
That's right, still growing, still,
maturing.
Get the good nutrition going. And so I've been very impressed with these young men and the young women that we saw earlier.
None of these kids can drive, that's for sure. But they're driving out here playing volleyball. Good student athletes. Ooh, that totally caught Gildersleeve off balance, and that's not something you can do this late in the stage.
Yeah, Gildersleeve called for the carry right there. Again, just points off of serve right now by Dozier has been the big difference.
And good save there. And you don't want to unravel before the set, but it's a 19-9, 10-point lead. If you keep it under a 5-point window, anything can happen.
Anything can happen. We saw it in the girls' game where Dozier was able to walk back Woodside. But right now, things are not looking good for the Seahawks.
Dozier swept the girls, and right now, Dozier's up by 9 in the boys, 19-10. You can afford to lose a couple points. You don't want to lose a lot of string of points. That sails out.
Now, on paper, Woodside, Gildersleeve should be running away with this thing, Greg, but that's why they don't play the games on paper, because any given Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever you play the game, any team can take the lead.
And a spike by T.J. Olson. He means business.
T.J. Olson has been a key contributor so far for the Dragons today.
He says his name's on the back of the shirt. 20-11. Volleyball is such a popular sport. College, the Olympics. You would think, indoor volleyball is fun too. Sand volleyball is totally different because it's all about footwork.
Yeah, the beach volleyball is a different animal, if you will. But so many great Olympians on the beach started inside.
The thing about beach volleyball is you might have, pebbles and rocks underneath that sand, and that's really, footwork is so important. I'm not a big fan of a seashell could be under the sand while you're playing.
You saying seashells by the seashore?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a different environment. There's similar fundamentals in the games.
It's more about footwork there. Yeah. But it's quicksand. I mean,
and it's still a little too chilly to be playing outside.
And it's getting chilly for Gildersleeve right now, indoors here in the winter. 22-12, Dozier. 3 points away from winning the first set. But you want to keep your energy and focus. You got to get it across the net first. You want to keep it in play and then go from there.
Yeah, you want to take a deep breath and get back to what got you here. There's a reason Gildersleeve is in the championship game. You got to get back to that foundation.
Yep, don't want to get too aggressive. Don't want to panic. And if you're Gildersleeve, you want to play a little bit more conservative. Let them make the unforced error.
Yeah, see, number 15 for Dozier right there. Got a little too excited out there, looking like one of the Super Mario brothers.
Good to see Gary Vaughn in attendance today. I went to high school with him.
Now, this is an interesting juncture, Greg. This is the same thing we saw with the girls. Gildersleeve had the big lead, but then they kept leaving the door open, and Dozier was able to come back. Will the same thing happen on the other side for the Dozier boys?
22-15. Yeah, you got that big lead. You don't want to just get too comfortable.
And you start to get tight. When you see the team starting to catch up on you, starting to creep up on you, that's what the Dragons don't want right now.
And the other team can sense it, too.
Yep.
22-16. Dozier still up comfortably.
Wow.
But Gildersleeve's making a comeback.
3 consecutive mental errors, bringing Gildersleeve back into this game, Greg. The door is not closed. The game is not over. Gildersleeve has a chance here. Wow.
He should have kept playing. He kind of thought it was a net violation.
Yeah.
And it was still in play.
Gildersleeve is saying that they hit the ball 4 times, but that is not what happened. Little mental lapse, little mental error for the Seahawks.
Dozier needed that point too. They're up by 6. Gildersleeve gets it. 23-18. Greg Bickabears, Nate Milton, glad you're with us. Dozier is up by 5, 2 points away from winning set 1.
Yeah, they're 2 points away, but Gildersleeve has been the better team the last minute or so.
Left-handed server, number 59 respectively, Turner. And we're close to set point here. We are 24-18. Now you got house money you're playing with for Dozier.
Yeah, survived a bit of a scare by Gildersleeve. Now they're in position to take the first game to get that advantage.
And who's serving? Jackson.
Point for the Gildersleeve Seahawks.
24-19. Get a 5-point cushion, set point. Gildersleeve trailing but serving, respectively. Crucial point. They keep saving it, that red, white, and blue ball. Like an ABA ball, that's it. Right. Nails it. Number 1. Austin Wright, as Dozier wins the first one over their arch rival Gildersleeve. Stay tuned, we'll be back after these messages.
Music and fine arts provide enriching experiences. They teach students that there can be more than one solution to a problem, more than one right answer, that mistakes are learning experiences and present an opportunity to be creative and flexible. The arts encourage persistence and dedication. They require sustained concentration, personal reflection involving critical analysis, and self-adjustment to reach desired goals. These are essential 21st century skills. Skills recognized as important to productive career and citizen success. Each student deserves and benefits from an arts-rich education.
All right, underway here for the second set. Greg Bickabears, Nate Milton, glad you're with us. And of course, Dozier won the first set, that very important first set. They switched sides now, which I think is good. But again, the keys, of course, for Dozier, keep the momentum going. Gildersleeve's got to put the memory away from set 1 and be proactive right now from the jump.
The thing for Gildersleeve is there's a reason you guys went 2-0 against this team. You got to dig deep, go to those memory banks, and bring that out right now.
And somebody's got to step up and kind of fire the team up a little bit, too. It's 1-1. Brand new ball game, anybody's match here still. But the first dozen points are going to be key.
Very critical. See if the Dragons can keep that aggressiveness, keep that intensity going in this game.
Gildersleeve does not want to play like they're playing behind. And of course the official, Frank Sproul, said it was Gildersleeve's point. Looks like there's a committee of 2 here.
You know, they say 2 heads are better than 1, my friend. So shout out to our officiating crew today.
But it's like if you miss, you got to put it behind you and just go on. You can't worry about that 1 point.
Yeah.
That could affect the next point like it did right there. The previous point affected that point, and now it's 3-1.
And that's something Gildersleeve cannot afford. The J.M. Dozier Dragons taking on the Ethel M. Gildersleeve Seahawks. Fun fact, folks, I was a part of the very first class at Gildersleeve Middle School.
I substitute taught there.
I like the connections. We're bringing it full circle. A wonderful school, wonderful staff there.
Trust me, I was not the best substitute teacher in the world. That was a long time ago. I actually did substitute teaching before I got involved in telecom.
You were a tough grader?
No comment. I wasn't that good as a substitute teacher. I'll leave that to my sister and mother.
Hey, teaching is a very special profession. It takes a very special kind of individual to mold these young men and women.
I'm more in the broadcasting. But right now, you're seeing what we dreaded early for Gildersleeve. They lost the first set. Now they're down 5-1. Look, 5 times 5 is what? 25. It goes quick.
We're seeing the confidence right now. The confidence is shaking with Gildersleeve, and that's how you get an upset. If you start to give the underdog some momentum, then the favorite, it starts to get in their head, get in the back of their mind. Can we lose this thing? And we've already seen Gildersleeve lose the first set. So if they lose this one, it's done. The championship is going to Dozier. So this is a very crucial timeout for Coach David Osmond to get his team refocused.
Yeah, Alex Jackson for Dozier's got his team under control. Says he's visited Spain before. Nice country. You know, and then the players start saying, we got this. And that rubs off when you're winning, too. Just like when you're losing, you know, you're playing catch-up.
All about momentum and that building that confidence. And once you got the confidence, Greg, anything is possible.
Rotate the ball, forward and backward setting, dumping the volleyball when you can.
Wow.
And you can sense the fire right now from Dozier in the green.
And they've got some big servers back there, too. Their service game has been very impressive so far in this matchup.
Austin Wright serving. Gildersleeve down by 5. Good passing here. Not enough. And this is starting off very good for Dozier.
And that's, if you're Gildersleeve, that's not how you want to come out of a timeout. You should be focused, working your game plan, and they are not doing that.
They're
right
playing
now.
a little tight.
Yeah.
That ball goes out of bounds. 8-1. It's difficult coming back from double digits. They got to watch that.
Yeah, and they know this game is for all the marbles. There is no tomorrow in their season if they do not tie this thing back up at a set apiece.
Yep. 9-1. When you have a server like Wright, he is key.
Wright is key. Jackson has been a great server back there for Dozier. And again, where's the effort right now by the Gildersleeve Seahawks? We're not seeing that passion and that competitiveness.
You can sense their body language is a little down right now. But they're playing the best they can. These are kids. Let's remember that. But right now, I mean, TV doesn't lie either. I mean, it's 11-1. And they need another timeout.
Well, and we've seen professional and collegiate teams, Greg, when the momentum starts to go against you, not be able to get back into the game. So certainly with these middle school kids, it's going to be tough. But that's what the job of a coach is. So we're going to see if Coach Osmond can find anything, any sort of way to get through to these kids and get them back to playing Gildersleeve Seahawk volleyball.
We're at Warwick High School in Newport News. At Greg Bick on Twitter, at Sports Highlight.
At in the number 8, MOZAIK at Nate Mosaic, and at KOS_POD at Cospod.
Sports Highlights, Mondays, 7, 2, and 7. Weekends at 9 a.m. Sports Scene every Saturday morning at 10. On 10 a.m., 16:50 in the past, but now it's 10 a.m., of course, 100.1 FM. But the key about radio and radio is the TuneIn app.
Yep.
And TV, it's all about streaming.
I was going to say, the digital age that we're in right now, Greg, has changed things so dramatically in TV as well as radio.
But you still need TV because people aren't going to just find it on the internet.
Yeah.
You need both to support each other.
Speaking
11-2. I mean, we go Facebook Live with our phones here if we wanted to.
I was going to say, speaking of support, we'll see if Gildersleeve right now can find some support and rally and get back in this game.
Excellent comeback there by Dozier. They're up by 9. Gildersleeve looking a little bit better after this break here, but not enough. Nate, the hourglass is ticking quick in this game.
I'm telling you, my friend, momentum is all in Dozier's court right now. You know, there's a popular movie out right now called How to Train Your Dragon, and right now, Dozier does not need any training. They're out here breathing fire, flying in the sky. They have got this game completely in control.
Net ball. Dozier still keeping it in play in the green. Up by 10. Nice point, nice placement. However you got to do it, set it up the way you want it to. and you set it up by, both hands, one hand. It's quick decision-making on the spur of the moment.
Well, that's the thing. You got to be decisive. You got to be proactive because we've seen earlier, if you hesitate, that's when you make mistakes. That's when you get the miscommunication coming in. So right now I've been very impressed with Coach Jackson and these Dozier Dragons, what they brought to the table.
Alex Alejandro. All right, 13-2. Gildersleeve trailing. Backhanded it there. However you get it up.
So you got to use what you got to use, my friend.
Yeah, he backhanded it there. Set it up the way you want. Sometimes the opposite side, of the court is important too.
Yeah.
Move without the ball. Your body language is so important. You have to quickly forget the previous point. Dozier got a cushion here, and they're letting up on the gas a little bit, but they don't want to let up too much.
Yeah, and Gildersleeve needs a big service game right now. They need to rattle off 3 or 4 points in a row just to get back in this thing.
Nice string for sure.
There you go.
Right there. Dozier wasn't moving. They were in no man's land. And tennis is called no man's land.
There you go. This is what the Gildersleeve Seahawks needed.
This is the middle school all-city championships.
Wow, another one right down the pipe. Ace in your face, folks.
(13-6). Gildersleeve 12 points away from winning the match. Check that Dozier.
And this run is exactly what the doctor called for Gildersleeve, Greg. They are finding a way to get back into this thing.
Gildersleeve, of course, the confidence of beating Dozier twice this year. And they're playing better here lately. Big point, though, for Dozier. Even though they have a lead at 14-7, they needed that point.
Yeah, that was a crucial point because we just saw Gildersleeve rattle off 4 points in a row. So the Seahawks had taken the momentum for just a little bit there.
They're lucky they got a nice cushion because you can sense the urgency here by Gildersleeve. But Dozier gets the point. At 15-7. And now they're within 10 points of winning the whole match.
Yeah, this is winning time, as Reggie Miller would say, my friend. This is when you got to step up.
And break the serve. You got to break the serve here if you're Gildersleeve. It's like we're seeing a bunch of streaks here. Dozier started off strong. Gildersleeve got a few points, and now Dozier's got a 9-point lead.
Well, that's the thing for Gildersleeve. Like, you had a 4-point streak. That's great. But then you can't go and turn around and give Dozier that same 4-point streak because you're going to end up exactly where you started.
All right, they're calling it 15-8. Gildersleeve serving. Change the scoreboard and the leads a few times. Boy, they'll save this point.
Wow.
Not enough there. Unfortunately, you can't play kickball.
This is not soccer. This is not FIFA out here, my friend. Good effort, though, by the Gildersleeve Seahawks.
16-8. You know how popular the World Cup is. Well, caught him in no man's land. Coach Osmond saw that right in front of his bench. 17-8. 8 points away from winning the championship for the Dragons. And Alex Jackson. Girls won it. We'll see if the boys can. Gildersleeve on the defensive here. That play to their advantage. Sometimes you got to use the net to your advantage.
Yeah, so use whatever you got at this point if you're Gildersleeve to get back into this game, Greg. But you know, the old saying, wake a sleeping dragon, that's what we've seen today. The Gildersleeve Seahawks came in with a 2-0 season record on Dozier.
Little folklore out here.
But Dozier come out breathing fire, showing the fangs, showing the claws, flying in the sky. The Dragons are for real, folks.
Nate doing his Harry Potter impersonation. Little folklore Harry Potter.
We in Warwick High School or Hogwarts? I don't know where we're at right now.
18-9, regardless. Some of the parents shouting out some encouragement to the kids.
And that's what it's all about, Greg. You know, win or lose, it's good to see the community.
How you play the game, yeah.
Yeah, and it's good to see the community out here, the parents supporting these young men out here. It's a fun community event.
And it's tough. It's not easy for these kids. They go to school all day. They're tired. They're hungry. They want to just get moving and, but they got to play with that equal energy. You don't want to play like you're defeated.
No.
Because the opponent can sense it.
You got to think about it. Yeah, like you mentioned, Greg, these kids have been ripping and running all day since 8 in the morning, going to class. But now, they got to focus on this game, focus on bringing this championship home.
19-10. And that'll be Gildersleeve's point. I said the mom is giving some good advice out here.
Where did the ball go? That's what they wanted to know. And here's the thing.
Parents giving the advice out here.
That's the beauty of this. We got the parents out here supporting these young men, and they are doing their best to represent their schools.
All right, let's do a reset here. It's 20-11, 5 points away for the Dragons, winning the middle school all-city championships. Greg Bickaveras, Nate Milton. We're at Warwick High School, Newport News. Our crew list: Ray Price, Greg Bickaveras, Nate Milton. Glad you're with us for our sporting events in the first quarter of 2019. It's all Dozier right now, serving it up with a 9-point lead. And they're just going for the loose balls.
Wow.
And Gildersleeve saves it. When you start getting across that 20, it gets dangerous.
Seahawks getting fired up. This is exactly what they need. This is what they need to do, Greg. Get back into this game. Do not lie down. Do not go gently into that good night. Come out here and show some fight.
They have to realize it's not over. Oh, nice spike there by number 13.
Okay.
And that was, respectively, Dozier, T.J. Olson.
Okay, look, T.J. Olson showing some fire out there. I respect that young man.
Like a Kershaw for the Dodgers.
Yes. You need that ace. You need that closer. Somebody can go out there and get the big points in the big spots.
Oh, that could have gone out. He saved it.
Yeah.
But you gotta, like we said, quick decisions. Oh, nice save. Good defensive counter punching here going on now here at Warwick High School for the middle school championships. Great point.
Wow.
Gildersleeve keeping it in play. Not enough gas there, but you can't blame your opponents.
Tried the little finesse, the little hook shot. Unfortunately, didn't time it right.
You can use the body language of the English, but you got to get it across the net.
Yep.
That net could be like, the Eiffel Tower. It's tough to get across. Net's a lot taller than you and me, for sure.
I'm telling you.
Oh, nobody reacted to the ball. And you can't make those mistakes in championship play.
Communication is what it's all about. You got to be moving on a string. Each one teach one. The communication wasn't there on that play.
Dozier is a couple points away from sweeping.
Wow.
Now they're 1 point away.
This might be a foregone conclusion, my friend.
Yep. When you're up 24-12, it will take. It's like winning the lottery now if you're Gildersleeve. Again, great camaraderie, great sportsmanship by both teams, both the coaches respectively. Alex Jackson for Dozier, David Osmond for Gildersleeve here at the nice festive Warwick High School Newport News for the middle school all-city championships. Glad you're with us. It's match point. Dozier serving. Gildersleeve counter-punching. And it goes out of bounds.
Wow.
Dozier wins it. They sweep it 25-12. And the Dragons win the championship over Gildersleeve. And I think it was about that second game, Nate, that Dozier built that lead. They knew they got set one. It was a little shaky at times, but they opened up to such a strong lead. They just kept their gas on the pedal.
Yeah, good effort by both teams, but I think what we saw, that first set was crucial, like we've been talking about all afternoon, Greg. Dozier took the first set, and they also took the momentum, they took the confidence, and Gildersleeve was never able to recover.
It also shows you no matter what happens in regular season, it's all about postseason.
Yeah, Gildersleeve came in the favorite of this game, beat Dozier twice, but the Dragons did not give up. The Dragons did not quit. They came out, breathed fire. Great competition out there, but the Dozier Dragons are your champions, my friend.
Fans coming by to say hello, saying what a great job we do, and thank you very much.
Absolutely.
All right, Dozier wins the girls, they win the boys, and they sweep Gildersleeve again. Great sportsmanship by both these fine middle schools. For Ray Price and Nate Milton, I'm Greg Bickaveras. Congratulations both to Gildersleeve and the champions, Dozier. We'll talk to you soon.